I'm not making any money talking these days. Good Christ, 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 Christ. I'm a dick, folks. I'm not gonna lie to you. Still am. I guess I am a decent guy because I'm a fucking jerk, and I'm not a jerk. Apparently, I'm a dick. I'm not an awful guy, but I've done so much ridiculous stuff. Man, I'm an awful guy. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. You might have heard some talking before this. I don't know. We'll decide. Because Lily was taping me, and I didn't know I was being taped. It was surreptitious. Yes, that's what it was. She was wearing a fedora and a hat, or a fedora and a trench coat, and she's like hiding with a mustache, like with a microphone. She was taping me. So she wasn't. We were talking like always for a sound check. That's why we did the clip show last time, folks. There was a clip show. Whatever the fuck. No one cares. Why am I talking about that? How are you?
It was great.
Sure, it was fantastic. Everybody loved it. It was so good. People who buy the year one download set return it. They actually return the clip show. They're like, we don't need this one. They don't even delete it. They actually send it back to me to go, hey, look, dude. How are we doing, folks? I'm fine. It's hot. It's like 95 degrees here. Poor Lily's in a tank top and shorts, and taking expired medicine. That's that's disappointing. We're sitting here and she's like, I need to get some Advil in me, and she goes to look around, and goes, hey, this expired March 6th, and I go, March 6th, and she goes, no, 3/6, so March in 2006. I don't know if was it here when you moved in. I mean, how the fuck did that show up? Or just you unpacked the box, sure. And then you found you know what? You should have been tipped off because right there in Sharpie on the box, expired medicine. How did you not know? You open it up and it's just a bunch of blister packs with fucking old pills. Blister packs of old pills. That was my favorite Bob Dylan album from the 60s. It was right when he went electric. Blister packs of old pills. Oh man. So she's it wasn't Advil, it was Midol. Lily's in a way, folks. I think you know what that means. Google Midol if you don't know what that means. But
I lost the baby.
yeah, things have looked. But for the next 3 days, hey, she's fine. She's clear as a whistle, clean as a whistle. Whistling wind. I don't know. I'm just saying a lot of W's. So then she had March 6th medicine, and then went. I can't take that. Or March of '06, and then you found July of '06, and you went. There you go. Much better. So she at least saved 4 months of death. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna let it come this time. There's a yawn. The yawn's got me, folks. That's the way it works. They've been lying in wait. They've been flying. I have not yawned all week. Did you know that? I haven't yawned once. And then sure enough, I sit here, I put the headphones on. There's something about this joint. I don't know what it is, man. It's just
warm.
it's warm. It's hot outside, but that doesn't mean that forces me to yawn.
When I get hot, I get tired.
Well, when you get hot, you get tired, and then you take some old pills from 2003, and everything's fine.
Current pills.
You're
I found non-expired.
You're actually taking like hydroxycut, like anything that's been, you're looking in that box. You're like, what is this? I don't fen. Yes, I'll take a handful of that. Why not? Great. Anything that's been like the FDA has destroyed or the AMA has completely taken off the market, you've got a box full of it and you're taking it. You're gonna be dead before the end of this show. All right, folks. Here's what I did. First of all, my ears are ringing. I can tell you my ears are ringing right now because I love cheese. That's right. That's why my ears are ringing, folks. I know it doesn't seem to make sense, but let me elaborate. Folks, last night I went to a show, it's a concert, if you will, at the Roxy in Hollywood because I like to go to famous buildings, and I went and saw a band called Chickenfoot.
Woo!
That's right. Chickenfoot, which doesn't sound like much, but when you think of who's in it, it is a murderer's row. It is a bunch of people. Here's who it is: Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers on drums, and Michael Anthony from Van Halen on bass,
Woo!
and Joe Satriani surfing with the Alien on guitar, and your lead singer, ladies and gentlemen, Sammy Hagar from formerly in Van Halen, formerly in Sammy Hagar.
Can't drive 55. Woo!
That's true, he can. Is that medicine kicking in? What's happening? You got some expired That's you're yelling because your insides are being turned to mush by the old Midol. Turned to mush by the old Midol. That was my favorite Chickenfoot song actually. They sang that last night. So I go see Chickenfoot last night because they are, they're because again, I love cheese, folks. I have to embrace it. I wish that I could be cutting edge guy who's like, you know what? I love the shins, and there's nothing wrong with the shins. I enjoy the shins, the stuff that I've heard. But I have to be honest. I'm a guy who goes to see Sammy Hagar. That's who I am. That's who I can't change it. I go see Def Leppard. I go see Journey. I go see Van Halen. I go see Kiss. That's who I am. And I went last night with my friend Pat. Pat and I went. All right. Uh, I had a week with Pat, folks. All right. I'll cover Chickenfoot first. We go to Chickenfoot last night, and Pat wants to go because he mainly wants to stalk them and get their autographs. He didn't give a fuck about Satriani or Chad Smith, mainly because he couldn't find a vinyl album of the Peppers to have Chad Smith sign it. But I got to be honest with you, I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is happening? I just need oxygen. I mean, you know what? I need a nicotine patch or something. Maybe that's what the fuck it is. What is wrong with me? Am I just an old man and it just I'm going to pieces? What the fuck?
It's hot.
I don't care. It's hot. Old people don't sit on a porch and yawn in the heat. That's not how it works. They rock back and forth and they sweat and they dab their head with a fucking cloth and they drink lemonade. Why the fuck am I not doing that? That's what I need. I need lemonade and a cloth and a rocking chair. But
I'll be
instead,
right back. I
yeah,
have them all.
I'm sure you do. In the box marked porch supplies. You open it up. There, you pull out a rocking chair, a glass of lemonade with ice in it. There you go. Kick it back. Go ahead. You're the old black guy from the John Cougar video. The Little Pink Houses, folks. Go watch it now on YouTube. I'll wait. That's who I am. I'm that black guy in that video. The guy who's like sad that they're building an interstate right through his front yard. But a simple man, folks. He pays the bills, the bills, the bills that kill. I don't know what bills kill you. That would be awful. My bills are bad, but they're not murderous. So I like cheese. I like, and not just like we all like cheese, but some of us are like, oh, I like a Gruyere, I like a nice Brie, I like a Munster of sorts. No, I have to admit it. I like fucking Velveeta. Apparently, if I go see Hagar and Michael Anthony, I like fucking. You know what? Fuck Velveeta. Velveeta's far too shapely a cheese to enjoy. If I like Hagar, I like cheese in a jar. That's what I like. I like spray cheese. I like a can of fucking spray cheese. That's who I am, folks. I'm the guy in the Blues Brothers. Yeah, you bring my cheese whiz boy, and then fucking Elwood whips him a can of spray cheese. And that always pissed me off. I'm not going to lie to you. In the Blues Brothers, cheese whiz is in a jar. Okay? Clearly, cheese whiz is in a jar, and you need a knife to spread it or a spoon to eat it. Spray cheese is a completely different entity than fucking Cheese Whiz, okay? Spray cheese wishes it was Cheese Whiz, quite frankly. And this old dude is cranky, and he's in the Blues Brothers. He lives in that fucking hotel, and he's fucking furious. He's old, and he's dying in Chicago. The only thing the man has to look forward to is Cheese Whiz, and Elwood gets him fucking spray cheese. You cheap fuck. Yes, I know you're picking up your brother from the goddamn jail. Yes, I know you're going to go and ride your car through a goddamn mall and destroy it. Yes, I understand all of these things, but you couldn't be bothered to sort out Cheese Whiz and spray cheese for the old man? Elwood, you fuck. So I'm very angry at Elwood Blues. Not the least of which I'm angry at him for making Blues Brothers 2000 with after the death of Jake. Again, that's a touchstone, folks, and that's a theme in these shows. But if you had seen that movie, you'd realize why I'm so scarred by it. There's a scene in that movie where they're at a diner and the cops are going to catch them, like they're wanted by the police. And here's what they cook up to leave. Like Aykroyd goes into the bathroom, covers himself in shaving cream, and then runs out yelling, and everybody's freaked out and they run away and then they escape. Like that's what I can't even make it sound anything any more interesting than that. And I even afterwards we were talking. I go, really, crazy shaving cream head? That was your elaborate plan, and that was what when you sat down and wrote it, you actually said to yourself, oh yeah, you know what if I went into the bathroom and came out with a crazy shaving cream head? That would scare everybody in the restaurant and they would leave. No, they wouldn't. They would go, why is that guy who was previously out here eating dry white toast now running out with shaving cream all over his head? Nobody's scared of crazy shaving cream head. People are like, why did that homeless man go in and cover himself in shaving cream? You're not getting anywhere, folks. Trust me. I even if you haven't seen Blues Brothers 2000, I feel like just going plot point by plot point. They have to sneak into this one carnival and they have to hide Elwood and Elwood like because they have the cops, of course, are checking the cars for the Blues Brothers because there's no gang crime or drugs or anything terrible going on in the world. The Taliban has not been invented yet. There are no terrorists. The towers are still standing. So the Blues Brothers, of course, are right now. They are the initial. That is the greatest threat to our nation in this film is the Blues Brothers. And I have to be honest, after seeing the movie, I agree. I will tell you, quite frankly, that the. By the way, you say 10 minutes, but that's counting all that horse shit in the beginning, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I
All
had
right.
back time.
I don't know if that was for the testing.
I had back time.
We were doing a testing, folks, before the show. We were making a word pizza. Because Lily, I was telling her that like if we did another clip show, which she should recognize that she should want to do a clip show. It's a week off for her. But then I guess
No,
it's I
really
guess I found out it's
hard.
really not. So because I said the next clip show won't be a pretentious clip show where I'm like, hey, here's a clip. It'll just be a word fucking pizza. It'll be like if there was a box, like a cereal box of 40-year-old boy podcast O's, and someone knocked it over and they spilled all over the table. That's what it would be. It would just be a bunch of fucking non sequiturs, and it would look like Freddy Krueger just took his fucking claws and slashed the shit out of the tape, and it would just be this weird, crazy. It would be, you know what? It would be a verbal ransom note. That's what it would be. It would just be like crazy letters of different sizes and sentences that don't fit together, and just like that. That's you know what I want. That's another idea for the Mike Schmidt Podcast Network, the Gibberish Podcast. Just a fucking bunch of words. Someone's just like, hey, fuzz nuts, chrome trailer hitch, pie, pizza pie, pineapple. You know what I mean? Someone just talking and saying a bunch of nonsense. I think that wouldn't that be relaxing to listen to a maniac just babble? Just be like, oh, tennis
We're out
ball.
here on Sunset Boulevard. I don't need a
Yes,
mic.
but in your earphones as you walk around, that'd be so great without the sound of traffic or the smell of fumes. You would just be, oh, that would be fun. All right, I think it would be great. Tennis ball, wombat, eagle shit. I mean, come on, somebody's all over for that. That would be perfect. Oh, the Gibberish Podcast. It's on the Mike Schmidt Podcast Network, folks. I will be running this industry. So yeah, I'm a cheese guy, folks. Apparently, because I went last night to go see the the chicken foot, and the name chicken foot. You're gonna say, what the fuck does that even mean? Guess what? Doesn't mean anything. You know what it means? It means four 65-year-old men decided that it would be funny to name their band after something that's not funny. Like they were just sitting around and went, we need a name, but we don't want to really have a band name, do we? What about like Chickenfoot? Chickenfoot's great. No, it isn't. You're old. Uh, but I can't believe Sammy Hagar is 63 years old. Every time I see him leaping around, I mean, it's just he's jumping around. My mom has like no hip. You know what I mean? My mom's had her rotator cuffs removed, had all the teeth pulled out of her head. Sammy Hagar, he looks like a shark. His teeth are so bright white and full, his mouth. Oh, it's crazy. So, uh, we go to the Roxy and so Pat wants to stalk these guys and get their autograph, but he also wants to avoid being looked at as an autograph stalker. That's Pat's dichotomy in life. Pat wants to get autographs, but he doesn't want to be looked at as a guy who gets autographs. It's very interesting. So we watched the show. Show's good. The only problem is like we don't know any of their material yet. I've heard a few of the songs on the web, and I like two of the songs, two or three of the songs, because that's I gotta admit that's who I am. I like those songs. Um, but then the rest of the stuff we listened to, it was like some of it was real good, and some of it was just like, oh, okay, I don't need to hear this ever again in my life. So we were waiting, patiently to go get autographs. Is what we're waiting for. So then they come out and they do two covers at the end. They're like, all right, you know what? You guys have been really cool and listening to stuff that we from the new album. Now we're gonna play a couple things you might know. Sammy goes, I'm gonna play a song, the first song I ever wrote, and they play "Bad Motor Scooter" by Montrose. And first of all, I can't believe that's the first song that Sammy Hagar ever wrote because it went fucking downhill from there. I love his songs, but the guy he constantly writes these sexual innuendos with food and I just like, dude, he had a song with Van Halen called "Up for Breakfast" that is the most embarrassing. I can't, and he wrote it when he's 58. I mean, dude, seriously? It's all about like she put her eggs on my orange juice and I gave her a sausage. I mean, it's like that fucking level of horrible. And Pat and I would just look at each other and be like, why did we buy this? Because they put it on the best of Van Halen, and I'm like, that is not the best of Van Halen. If anything, that makes the best of Van Halen sound better because it's like you listen to Up for Breakfast and you go, wow, that's fucking terrible. Please get to the best of Van Halen. That what in the title, the best of Van Halen, Up for Breakfast is the of. It's not best. It's not really Van Halen. I wouldn't even call it the. It's of. So he plays Up for Breakfast, and then in the new on the new album for Chickenfoot, he's singing a song, and in the middle of it, he's like, "She gets me up for breakfast." He bit his own lyrics. He fucking he stole from himself, and not just stole from himself. He stole the worst thing you could steal. Like that's not even. That's not even under lock and key, that lyric, "Up for Breakfast." That's out on the curb waiting for some guy in a truck to take it. That's all. It's out there for free. It's in the public domain. Anybody can steal that fucking lyric. Don't steal it from yourself, Sammy. You put up for breakfast down on the curb so some fucking less fortunate dude can come along and snag it and sing it in his Sunset Strip band. But no, you fucking steal up for breakfast back for yourself and put it on a Chickenfoot album? That's terrible. So he busts out up for breakfast again, and I'm like, and sadly, you couldn't hear the rest of the song because my eyes rolling made a louder noise. Uh, but it was still good. I mean, we had a good time. So then, again, the intrigue starts at the end because then the show ends, and then everybody's milling around, and there's people outside waiting for autographs, and it's a small club, so we figure we're going to catch them, and we go out front and we're waiting, and then when we go out front, we hear a rumor that there's a like a big time celebrity wandering around. I wouldn't say a big time celebrity, a big music guy, like a music legend type of guy. And we're like, oh, I wonder if that guy. Well, and then they're like, no, he left because they at the door they didn't recognize him and they made him fucking leave. I can't believe it. And so all of these nobodies are arguing with themselves and drooling all over their UFO concert shirts. And and Pat and I are like, well, did that even happen? Like that might not have even happened, right? These guys could just be high. So then we go back in and we saw Taylor from Foo Fighters. And he walks by Pat and I. We're like, Taylor, what's happening? And he's like, hey guys, and he walks off because he has no idea who we are. And so then we're waiting in the room, and the way the Roxy is set up now, they're breaking down the stage, and there's people milling around, and you can look into the back where the green room is. The green room is upstairs, but you can look. There's only one entrance. There's two entrances to it. One's in the front of the club. One's in the back of the club. And we're by the back of the club looking and just milling about. And after about a half an hour, I look. Sammy Hagar comes walking out, and I'm talking to Pat, and I just go, Sammy Hagar. And Pat goes, whoa. So Pat turns around and does a beeline for him. And Sammy's got security and his wife. Like, he's got two guys with him with their arms up, and they fucking make a hole. And Pat follows him out, and the guy goes, sir, you're going to have to wait in here. Pat doesn't care. He walks right outside. Like, he has no... I don't get involved in it because Pat, he's live. Like, he's a small guy. So he can sneak through the security cracks. I show up, and everybody's like, who's this big guy assaulting Sammy Hagar? And then I cut my hamstrings, and I never walk again. So it's like... I don't ever want, and also I'll be honest with you, I'm there for fun and to hang out with Pat, and also I love to watch him work, and I just think I would be a hindrance. It's truly of mice and men. He's George and I'm Lenny, and I got to stay back and I got to kill Curly at the end of the show. That's what I got to do. So he can go off and do his thing and be a Weisenheimer. I'm the fat bulldog and he's the little chihuahua jumping around on my back. So. And I got to let him go chihuahua it out because if the bulldog shows up, then I draw attention and it turns into a problem. But nobody notices the chihuahua. He slips in and he fucking, he climbs onto Sammy's leg and good things happen. So he follows Sammy out the door and I go out the front door. I let them go out the back and I figure they'll hash it out. So I go around and then when I walk out, I'm about 50 to 60 feet from where they are now. So you just see this collapse of people because they see Sammy walk out and all this stuff is happening, and I don't see anything. I just see a cloud of flashbulbs and people, and I see teeth. That's literally all I see. I'm waiting for Sammy to just start biting his way through the fucking crowd because he has just the hugest Matt Dillon and Something About Mary teeth ever. I mean, it's Ozzie and Harriet Nelson may live in his mouth behind these teeth. That's how fucking white picket fence he's got rolling inside of his grill. It's the craziest, biggest fucking choppers I've ever seen. Set of choppers. I shouldn't say it's not choppers. It's a set of choppers. That's bad grammar. So we're there, and I'm waiting to see what happens. Like, I don't know, and I just see Sammy. He comes walking out. He's like, hey, everybody, hey, but he won't stop. He's on the move, and his wife gets into the limo, and then he climbs into the limo. And again, I got to be honest, man, 63 years old. He looks really good, but when he sat in the limo, he looked fucking tired. I mean, this is a guy, that's where he looked every year of 63 is when he got in the limo and just made this old man face like, get me out of here, please. I mean, like, he went from being the Red Rocker and, Cabo Wabo and 5150 and holding up like pussies with his hands, and then instead he just climbs into the limo and he's like, I just need something to drink. I'm like, he's just that guy. So I'm the funny thing is I'm right in front of the limo. Like, I could have fucking Tiananmen Squared Hagar. I could have been like, fuck you, cheese. Sign something for my friend. But I didn't. I could have. And actually, he looked like the old man from Blues Brothers. He could have poked his head out the window and said, you got my cheese whiz, boy? And I would have thrown him some spray cheese, and he would have been fucking pissed because, you know what? Fuck it. Buy the old man cheese whiz. That's what he wants. So that's how Hagar could have been that old cranky guy. He could be the old guy in the Cougar video. All right, so He climbs into the limo and he's old and his wife is with him. And again, I'm right in front of the limo. I could very easily just Tiananmen Square. No, you're not going anywhere, Hagar. But I move out of the way. Who the fuck cares? So then out of this group of people that are disappointed, oh man, they're all upset. I just see coming out of the fog, Pat Francis, huge smile on his face. I go, you didn't. And he just fucking holds up the album and he's got a huge signature from fucking Sammy Hagar. Somehow he was the only guy who got Sammy Hagar to fucking sign. I thought it was great. And it was funny. He had big plans. He had 5150 and OU 812, both Van Halen albums, and then he had a Sammy Hagar solo album that has a great picture of Sammy on the beach, like on the cover. And he wanted Sammy to sign that one with a red Sharpie, and then he wanted Sammy to sign the Van Halen albums with either a red Sharpie or the other Sharpies because Pat's got plans that he and Sammy Hagar are going to sit down and have fucking he and Sammy Hagar are going to be up for breakfast. They're going to sit down and have eggs and orange juice and sausage, and then Sammy will politely sign anything that fucking Pat puts in front of him. Doesn't realize that we're going to have to be chasing Sammy through an alley like Starsky and fucking Hutch. But his plans are like, you know what, man? I want to go ahead and do this. I'm like, okay. And I even asked him later. I go, do you really think Sammy's going to sign everything that you bring? Is that how you work it? He goes, I bring what I can and hope to get it all signed. But if I don't, I'll settle for what I get. And I'm like, okay, cool. I just didn't know how disappointed the levels of disappointment are for you. And but he wasn't disappointed at all because he fucking walks up, huge Sammy Hagar signature, blue Sharpie. Granted, he couldn't get the red Sharpie in Sammy's hand, and I can't blame him because again, Sammy's fighting through traffic and punching people. The last thing he said, Pat wants to do is, could you use a different colored pen, please, Mr. Hagar? Uh, but he wound up fucking getting his signature. I'm like, oh, dude, that's awesome. So he comes in, he stands by me, and he's like, all right, we got to get Mike and Michael Anthony now, and I'm like. Cool. I mean, I'm all for it. I don't know how he plans to do it, but Sammy leaves. So we go inside, and now we're milling about. We're waiting for the same strategy. We're waiting for Michael Anthony to come out, and we're in there about a half hour. And it's just people, breaking down equipment. And all of a sudden, security. Now, I used to bounce at clubs in Hollywood, so I know they don't fuck around. When they say get out, they just, because they want to go home. That's the whole deal. Is like, security. Bouncers are dicks. Okay, when they start with that last call, drink them up. You can't go home, or you don't want to go home. You can't stay here. It's because they want to fucking go home. They've been on their feet since 5 o'clock in the afternoon, breaking up fights. We don't want to fucking sit there. And then, anybody. Believe me, we're used to every weasel in the fucking world coming up and going, "Hey, I know Jim. Who knows Steve? Who knows Sammy Hagar? Get the fuck out of here, cheese. No one wants to fucking talk to you. All right? I mean, everybody's got some scam. It's Hollywood. Everybody's got a trick. Everybody's got some bullshit they want to pull. And so they stand up on a thing and they go, "Hey, unless you got a triangle pass, you need to get out now. The meet and greet is coming up, and you got to have a triangle pass." And Pat looks at me and goes, "Meet and greet?" I go, "Do you have a triangle pass?" And he goes, "We don't need a triangle pass. Come on, just hang back." So we hang back, and they kind of sweep the room, okay? And they're getting out people who don't have triangle passes, and they're making them all line up with the triangle pass. But the people who don't, they're making them leave. So as they sweep the room, we're dropping back further and further and further to try and be in the room but not be noticed. Like, just two idiots with album covers. Doo doo doo. So we wind up in the foyer by the front door of the Roxy. Pat's got his back to the club. He's talking to me. And he goes, "You know what?" He goes, "We don't have to go yet." He goes, "We can hang in here, and as soon as they line up people for the triangle." And as he's talking to me, a security guard comes up and is standing right behind him. And I mean right behind him, like 3 inches behind him. And Pat goes, "It's okay." He goes, they're not going to check for these triangle passes. And then it's fine. We'll get in the line, and then we'll go ahead and get things signed. And I go, "I don't think that's going to happen." And he goes, "Why not?" And again, literally, the security guy goes, "Do you have a triangle pass, sir?" And Pat goes, "Oh, no." And we walk outside. But Pat couldn't stop laughing because he didn't realize he's unhatching this evil plan. While literally, he's like Blofeld. He's spilling his plan, petting his cat, while James Bond is 3 inches behind him, waiting to foil the entire fucking thing. So he's laughing when we go outside. He goes, "I can't believe that guy was right there." I go, "It was beautiful because you were just talking, and I didn't want to go security. I just let you fucking hang yourself," and then we walked out. So we're out front, and you can hear they're funneling everybody out, and they're doing it. And Pat looks at me and he goes, "You know what? There's that side door. Let me go by the side door." So he goes around the side, and I'm waiting out front. And while I'm waiting out front, everybody starts talking about, "Oh, I can't believe fucking Sammy left," and all these autograph people are having their little brawl, and they're like, "Well, no, he didn't sign anything though." And I'm just like, "Ah ha ha, yes he did." Pat comes back around from the side door. He's like, "Yeah, they stacked a bunch of equipment cases in front of the side door, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get in there." And I'm disappointed, quite frankly, because Pat to me is like a shapeshifter. Like make yourself skinny, dude, and fucking slide through. Do something. I want to see you in action. This is a guy who wound up in UFO's green room. This is a guy who almost wound up on stage with Billy Idol. I mean, this is a guy who gets it done. So I mean, I'm disappointed that he's not. He's just like, oh, they got equipment cases. I'm like, fucking equipment cases. Hide in one of those motherfuckers and get a signature for goddamn sakes. Honestly, I almost wish he would. I wish he'd hide in a base case and wind up at fucking Winterland in San Francisco with Chickenfoot tomorrow. That'd have been gorgeous. They fucking unload it, and Pat's just posed like a base, and he actually fools them into thinking he's a base, and they set him up on stage in like a stand, and Michael Anthony goes to play him, and he goes, Mike, could you sign this, please? Bing, bing, bing. And then he takes a Greyhound home from San Francisco. Done. That's how Francis works. I want to see that shit in action, goddammit. So he's fucking, I'm like, climb in a case. Fuck it, do it. But he just goes, no, he was like, all right, they got the equipment cases. We got to figure out how to do this. And again, I'm just there. I'm riding shotgun, and I love to observe it. But the best part is also we both wore black T-shirts and jeans yesterday, and we get there, and the security guards wear black T-shirts and jeans. So he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, I'm glad we got the uniform on." Like I'm like, "Hey, yeah, that kind of makes sense." And I think I could have been even crazier. I still have old security shirts from when I worked at the House of Blues. They say just big white letter security on the back. I should just fucking wear those to the shows. I'll just bring Pat upstairs from now on. I'll put him on my shoulders. We'll just go Master Blaster style right up into the fucking green room. So we're waiting, and then he goes, "All right, you know what? I'm just going in." There's a security guy at the door. All right, two people walk out of the club. It was brilliant. Pat's not a sports guy, but he would diagram a blitz that would fucking kill you because he knows all about misdirection. He knows all about like fooling people and hiding and staying small, like staying in your block and staying small to get where you got to be and shoot the gaps. Because I'm telling you what, man, two fucking people walked out and they said one word to the security guy. Like he turned and they're like, "Hey, what?" And the security guy starts to talk. Pat goes in behind them. He just goes right into the club. Guy doesn't see him. Doesn't say a word. Pat's just fucking. He's the wind. He's invisible. Pat's he's like a wind talker. He's like fucking Nicolas Cage in that movie. He's interpreting Indian code and getting signatures. So he's fucking just in, and I go, well, he's in the club. I mean, Jesus Christ. The only thing is he doesn't have a triangle pass now, but now he's in the club during the meet and greet. What the fuck is going to happen here? So Pat goes inside, and I'm outside. I'm just holding down the fort, waiting for him. Oh, and I need to, you know what? I need to tell you. I mentioned we saw Taylor from Foo Fighters. We also saw Steve Vai there. Steve Vai, fucking guitarist extraordinaire, close friends with Joe Satriani, close friends with me. Because I met him at the House of Blues during a Ted Nugent show, and I actually got to hug him and tell him how much his work meant to me. Because I actually played one of his songs at my wedding, a song called "For the Love of God." My wedding was a mistake. It was just my wife put me in charge of the music. Like she handled everything else, and then she put me in charge of the music. And by she handled everything else, it means I wanted nothing to do with anything else, and I let her do it. But then I picked the music, and we came into Eddie Van Halen. It was great. I cut up a bunch of Van Halen songs, and then later on we played a song called "For the Love of God" by Steve Vai, which is a great song. Anyway, so I got to tell him that and actually thank him for everything. So we saw him last night, and I didn't bother him, but he was there. He's like a foot away from us. And also, I mentioned that there was a rock legend hanging around. So I should say, I forgot to mention this. When we were in the club, before Hagar made his break for it, coming out of the green room, Brian May from Queen. That was who everybody was talking about. They were saying Brian May had come to the door, and they didn't let him in, and they couldn't believe it. Well, guess what? Now I'm in the club. Brian May's in the fucking club. Fuck you. Your story is horrible. So, but he comes walking out, and I mean, and again, it's Brian May. I will tell you, he's like 6'3". He was taller than me, although 5 inches of that is hair. And you can't not recognize Brian May. He walks out, and everybody just goes, "Fuck, Brian May!" I mean, it was insane. So he made his way out, and then we did the Hagar thing, and all that stuff I just told you for the last 10, 15 minutes happened. So let's cut to now. I'm outside the club. Pat has just made his invisible entrance back into the meet and greet. I don't know what's happening. All I know is I'm outside, and a guy shows up with a guitar. And he's like, "Is Brian May still here?" And I'm like, I have no idea. A homeless man with a guitar. And we're waiting, and I'm not kidding you. Within 2 minutes, Brian May walks back out of the club. He had gone in somehow, must have gone in through another door because we saw him leave, but must have come back in. He walks out, folks, and he just gets ambushed by these autograph people. And he signs the guitar. He winds up, he's signing everything he can. but also then people are just coming up with like bits of blank paper, and he even says he goes, "I'm not going to sign blank paper. I won't sign blank paper." Because I don't know why, but I guess I understand why. He just didn't want to be bothered because everybody kept coming up with napkins and scraps because they didn't know he was going to be there. But I will say this: there was one of those fucking autograph dudes who had an 8 by 10 glossy of Brian May on stage. I don't know where the fuck it came from. The only thing I can think of is that this guy has a car full of memorabilia, and whenever he thinks someone's going to be there, or he might have seen May was there earlier and then gone and gotten it, because then obviously that guy went and got his guitar, and there was another guy who had just the faceplates of guitars, like the white faceplate for your Les Paul that goes underneath the chords and the tremolo. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it's the white faceplate of guitar. You gearheads know what I'm talking about. You know, the faceplate and the tremolo and the Floyd Rose. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I love guitar. There was a period where I would just buy guitar. Like I love Gary Moore and Steve Vai, and I love Satriani back then, and Eddie, of course, is Eddie. And so I would just buy guitar stuff. Andre Segovia, like all this ridiculous for no reason. Like I bought it because I'm like I love guitar, even though I can't play guitar. So, but I don't know. I can tell you what a Floyd Rose tremolo and all that fucking and pickups and humbuckers. I don't know what the fuck they are, but I know what all that shit is. I know how to say it. I don't know what the fuck it is. So whatever it is, Brian May's fucking signing it. So and then Brian May turns around and he's face to face with me, and I don't want a signature. I just put my hand out and he's like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And I said, "Nice to meet you. I just want to say thanks for 35 years of music, and I appreciate everything you've done." And he's like, "Great." And I gave him like that weird half hug, and that was awkward for him. Big giant guy giving him like a weird half hug. So then he starts walking around, and TMZ is there too. By the way, all of a sudden they flock to Brian May. So part of me wonders if me hugging Brian May is on the web somewhere today. Um, but then Brian May winds up he meets all these people are trying to get stuff signed, and then some guy tries to get him to. I didn't see what it was, but Brian May went to sign it and then pulled his pen back really quick and goes, "You suck, you suck." Right to this guy, and this guy made like a puss face, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Brian May," and he goes, That's deceitful. Why would you try something like that? Why would you even try something like that?" And the guy goes, "Well, and he goes, Are you ashamed of yourself?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, "You should be. You really should be." It was weird, and Brian May's got an English accent that I'm not even going to attempt, but he's dressing this guy down in front of TMZ and everybody, and it was like this powerful moment where I don't know what the guy did. He try to get him to sign like a Freddy's Dead from Curtis Mayfield single? I mean, like that would be the only thing I could think of would be a horrible, like it had to be a Mercury thing, right? I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. But then and boy did I think that Freddy's Dead thing was going to work better, and it didn't work at all. That just hit the fucking. That was as dead as Freddie Mercury. So then Brian May walks off, but he's being chased. And I'll give you an idea of what it is, folks. You know, there are people who want his autograph because they know that he's Brian May. And then there are people who are just getting his autograph because they can sell it on eBay. That's how these fucking people work. They're scumbags. My friend Pat, will get signatures, and he frames all of these album covers, and he has a wall at his house that's covered with album covers with signatures. He's not selling anything. These other people, a lot of them they're in business. And then there are people who are just Hollywood hangers-on who see some guy getting followed, and they follow him, and they try to get a signature, not knowing who the fuck he is. That happened because some woman goes, "Could you sign this?" And he goes, "What is this?" And someone goes, "It's the Chickenfoot set list." Like it was the set list from the band Chickenfoot. And why did I say it was the set list from the band? I just told the whole story about fucking Chickenfoot. You know what a set list is. I'm a fucking idiot. So she's got the Chickenfoot set list because she goes, "Could you sign this?" And he goes, "Yes." And he signs Brian May. And he goes, "What is this?" And someone goes, "It's the set list for Chickenfoot." And he goes, "Oh." And they had Rock Candy listed on one of their encores, and they didn't do it. And he's like, "Oh, if they'd have sang Rock Candy, I would have come to the show." Like he made a joke. And this woman, who earlier, I will tell you, this old woman who just got the signature, she was in the club milling about before Hagar made his break for it. And Pat and I went, "Why is she here?" Like she's alone in a house dress with like a weird. I mean, she looked like, she looked like a 55-year-old Rachel Maddow, like with that same kind of hairstyle and the big nose and like a weird head, but she's wearing a house dress, just frumpy. I'm like, what the fuck is she even doing here? So she's the one who gets the set list signed, and then she looks at Brian May and she goes, "What band are you in?" Like she didn't even know who the fuck he was. She just wanted his signature, and that was literally, you could see it in his face where he just went, "I think I'm finished." And she ruined it for everybody because then he started to walk away and everybody's like walking up and they're going, no, no, please. And he's like, and people are literally just grabbing Brian May and taking pictures with their camera. And then part of me wants to get my hackles up and be Captain Bodyguard and go, hey, all right, Mr. May is finished and start clearing the fucking. But like, then part of me is like, stay out of it, idiot. You want to do that, but you're not going to be anybody's hero. You think, what is Brian May going to be your pal? No, he's not. You already fucking hugged him and freaked him out. The last thing he wants you to do is deck a fucking loser for him. He wants nothing to do with that. So then he literally walks down the block, then walks down the other way. Like he's just wandering around like a doddering old man at this point with flashbulbs in his face. He's just trying to get away. Finally, he just ducks into the rainbow. Like he's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to go play Pac-Man with Lemmy, and that's it. I'm done. So I'm having my own little adventure. I don't know what the fuck's going on inside. And sure enough, after the Brian May extravaganza follows, I'm standing there by the door, and Pat walks out, huge fucking smile on his face. And I go, did you get it? And he just pulls them out, and both of them, he's got Michael Anthony's signature on both albums, huge. And I go, how did you do it? He goes, they were lining up people with the triangle passes, and I was just kind of there, and they were taking them groups of 3 at a time to meet the band. And finally, this guy just walked up. He just walked up and started talking to the band. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going too. So Pat just walked up. And he's standing next to, he said Michael Anthony's shorter than him, which I found fucking surprising. And Satriani's a little taller than him, and Chad Smith is 6'4". Chad Smith's the drummer of the Chili Peppers, and I know he's 6'4" because I almost got no fight with fucking Chad Smith one night at the Troubadour. But I digress. It's a story for another time. So he, why is it a story for another time? Why would I? It's not even a big story. When I worked at the Troubadour, guys would, we would have people hanging out all the time. Fucking Don Henley would hang out there and drink, and Hall and Oates. I mean, like in Darrell Hall. I mean, these guys, because it's the Troubadour, it's this legendary room. Even though it's a small place that puts up shitty bands now, it would wind up having these stars who would show up. So Chad Smith, and the thing is, they run the joint. That's the whole deal. Is when these rock stars show up, they run the place, and they should. They're fucking rock stars. I get it. But Chad Smith walked up, and I have to be honest, I didn't know who he was. This is in '98, okay? God forbid I should recognize the drummer for the Chili Peppers when he walks up to me. No fucking idea. So he walks up and he just tries to walk past me. Like he goes, hey man, and he goes with like 6 friends up to the green room, like to the party lounge or whatever the fuck. And I go, oh, you got a pass? He's like, I don't need a pass. And he goes to walk past me again. And I go, dude, you need a pass. And he goes like, where's the manager? I go, I don't know, but if you bring him up here, he'll tell me to let you up, or maybe he'll give you a pass. And Chad Smith chest bumps me and just tries to walk past me, like kind of. And so I grab him by the fucking shirt and I push him up against the wall, and I'm like, hey, you need to. And then someone walks up and goes, Chad, like another guy who works there, another bouncer. And he goes, Chad, and Chad looks at me, and Chad was drunk. I mean, it's like he wasn't being just a fucking dick, but he also didn't like being told that he couldn't go upstairs in front of his boys, I guess. And but I mean, don't fucking, and again, I understand. Bouncer is rent-a-cop. I'm not trying to be important or cool. I'm not trying to be that guy. But don't fucking chest bump me and think you can just, walk past me. Fuck. I mean, dude. The only people who can get away with that are like the Booyah tribe. That's because there was 15 of them and they were fucking giants. I wasn't about to get murdered by the Booyah tribe. Literally, if I'd have stopped the Booyah tribe from going upstairs at the House of Blues, the next frame would have been them just eating eating off bones that were my legs. You know what I mean? Like they would have consumed me. That's what the fucking Booyah tribe is. So Chad Smith, though, chest bumped me, and it was like, dude, what the fuck? And so then I found out he's Chad Smith. And he went upstairs and he drank, and then when he was leaving, he came up to me and he, aggressively grabbed my neck and was like, hey, sorry about earlier, dude, yeah. And then, hugged me, and, and that's fine. He walked out, and fine. That's okay. But at the time, I almost, I was ready to fucking go round and round with him because I didn't know who the fuck he was. There's a way to be cool and a way to be a jagoff about it. I mean, when I worked at the House of Blues, I worked the foundation room, and there'd be tons of celebrities. They didn't have a pass. You knew they just got in because they were celebrities. I already told the Rick James story. That happened, and that did not go well. But for every fucking horrible Rick James story, there was fucking Slash. You know what I mean? Showing up and being really cool, and he walked out, and I go, and fucking imagine how weird it is because it was the night Alice Cooper was there. We're up in the foundation room, and Slash just walks out because Alice Cooper's holding court in there's this secret hidden room in the foundation room. Slash walks out, and I mean Slash walks out, not Saul Hudson with his hair back and Slash never punches out. Okay, Slash is Slash at all fucking times, and he walks out in the fucking top hat and the cousin it hair, and he's Slash. And I just look at him and I go, oh, Slash, you are the man. And he looks at me and he just hugs me, just grabs me in this weird hug. He's like, thanks, thanks, and then he walks off. So I'm all right. Slash hugged me. See, that's you can be a cool guy. But then I told him the man, he was the man. I didn't tell Chad Smith he was the man. I said, hey, you can't go upstairs. So I guess 6-1. So Pat had gone up to Michael Anthony and said to him, "Hey, Mike, I just want to, say thanks for 30 years, whatever." And he's like, "Oh, I do what I can." He said Michael Anthony's drunk out of his mind, and he says to him, "Hey, I thought it was really great that you and Sammy showed up at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame." And he goes, "What? Oh, the only two guys in the band who had the class to do it? Yeah, we did it." And then he signs his albums, and then Pat leaves, and that was it. That was my adventure with Chickenfoot. I told Pat that Brian May was still lurking in the rainbow, and he's like, I wonder if there was anywhere I thought I could go get a Queen album at this time of night, I would do it. And then I told him my story. I like, you don't want to do that, dude. You don't want to bother fucking Brian May because literally these people are following him around. It was awful. It was like moths on in a bug light. That's what Brian May was. He was a bug light with a poodle fro. That's what he was. And people just kept going. Zzz, zzz, zzz. They just kept flying into him. It was so terrible. He was a bug zapper with fucking hair. Poor Brian May. And who says that? Poor Brian May. The guy's worth millions and billions of fucking dollars. But unfortunately, the guy can't go have a fucking hamburger without 19 grubby assholes trying to get a picture with him. Terrible. Very disappointing. But that's me, man. I love cheese. There you go. That explains it. I love cheese. Yeah. So that was our time together last night. Oh, so I said I had a week with Pat. Here's something Pat and I did. Oh, dude. Fucking Pat. He's giving me a chair. All right, I'll tell you that. He wound up having a big chair that's like a big overstuffed chair that I always loved when I would go to his house. That was where I sat. And he's like, dude, I'm getting rid of that chair. Do you want it? And I said, sure, I'll take it. And he goes, okay. I go, I'll have to rent a truck though, because it's big. It's like a big overstuffed chair. He goes, you know what? I think it'll fit in your car. And I'm bad at eyeballing stuff. I'm terrible. Like I'm just like, hey, let's put that chair in my glove compartment. Oh, I got to rent a 18-wheeler. Of course, let's do it. I'm terrible at fucking eyeballing anything. So I said, well, I'll show up in my Murano and we'll go from there. So I show up and I call him that day and I said, I'm on my way. He goes, great. He goes, we got to tie a rope to it and we got to lower it from the balcony and everything will be fine. And I go, great. So I'm in the car because he's fucking around. I mean, that's Pat being an idiot. You know what I mean? Like he's just being stupid. So I'm like, whatever, because he has a really nice place. He just bought a new house. It's fantastic. So he's just a jerk. So I show up and he's like, hey, you know what? I need you to help me hang some paintings before we do this. And I go, great, let's do it. So I have to hold the ladder because there's an upstairs and there's about 20 stairs to the upstairs, and in that hallway he's hanging a Superman picture and a Batman. Karen and I gave him Batman Begins framed, and then he had Superman Returns framed. So he's going to put them in the hallway so you can see them all the time whenever you descend the stairs. They're pretty cool. So I have to hold this giant ladder, and then he has to hang these fucking paintings. So and Pat, I will say this about Pat. I don't understand how he knows how to do things. He is a guy who knows how to do things. I can't do fuck all. I mean, I don't know how to do, like I said, I don't know how to get the mail, for Christ's sake. I'm constantly putting the mail key in, teeth side down when they're supposed to go teeth side up. And I'm like, how come the fucking mailbox won't open? Because you're stupid and don't know how you work a key. Meanwhile, I go to Pat's house and he's somehow turned a garden hose into a spray painter and he's giving his house a second coat. I mean, he's amazing. So he's on the ladder and he's trying to hang everything and he can't do it because it's too heavy and then he has to take the glass out and that takes, about 15 minutes to hang the paintings, but they wind up looking really good. And all I did again, I held the fucking ladder. That's it. So we finished that and then he's like, all right, he goes, let's take a look at your truck, your Murano. And I open it up and you fold the seats down. He goes, you know what? It'll fit in here, dude. I go, I don't know. And he goes, trust me, it'll fit in here. I go, okay. I go, where's the chair? And he goes, well, it's upstairs. We got to go upstairs. I go, okay, cool. And, we go upstairs and he's got a rope. And I go, dude, what are you doing? And he goes, I told you, we got to lower it from the balcony. I go, why don't we just take it down the stairs? He goes, you were on those stairs. It's never going to fit down there. When the guys moved it in here, they had to use a rope and pull it up to the balcony. So you and I will just go ahead and tie the chair up with a rope and we'll lower it down to the driveway from the second floor. So I thought he was fucking around. He's being serious. Like, I thought I was coming to pick up a chair, and then all of a sudden I'm in a Buster Keaton film. What the fuck is going on? So I go, are you serious about this? I go, dude, I can't do this. He goes, what do you mean you can't do it? We tie a rope around it, we lower it, and it's down the driveway. We put it in the car. Who cares? I go, dude, do you know what you're doing? Because I don't know, dick. Do you know what you're doing here? He goes, yeah. I was with them. We moved. We did it. I know how to do it. And again, I trust him. Again, he's got Thompson's water seal in his garage. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm glad he knows what it is. I trust him. He put up all of this stuff in his house. He's got hardwood floors. He put in a shelf. I mean, I trust him. So he knows what the fuck he's doing. I don't know any of this shit. I'm a fucking mule. I might as well have bolts in my neck and I'm villagers are chasing me with torches. That's all the knowledge I have about moving shit. I'm a huge dude who can move stuff and lift stuff. That's it. That's all I know how to do. So he's like, all right, well, let's go. So we go upstairs. We take all the cushions and we bring them down to the car. Then he starts to tie the rope around the chair, and you gotta loop it around the bottom and around the it's in a huge overstuffed chair. He's looping it around, and he makes about 6 different consecutive loops and ties knots. And I say to him, what I just said to you folks. I look at him and I go, how do you know how to do stuff? He goes, what do you mean? And I go, how do you know how to hang shelves and you know what screwdrivers to use and these are and I guess these are the things men know. I don't know them because I didn't have a dad. So I you know what I know to do? I know how to bitch. That's what I do. Because I was with my mom. I know how to bitch and moan about stuff and be sour. And here's my latest favorite thing with my mom. My brother Andy he had knee surgery. He's okay. Thanks for asking, everybody. And he's laid up in her house, and he'll watch a movie, and my mom is furious whenever he uses the television. Like he'll try to TiVo something, and she's just like, oh, she's so mad, like because it takes up room on her TiVo. When in reality, my mom has the last season of The Sopranos on TiVo. Has not watched it yet. That will tell you how old her fucking TiVo stuff is. And she gets mad when Andy tapes something like a hockey game to watch the next day. Like she's furious. So Andy is watching Good Night and Good Luck at the house, and he tells my mom, he goes, Ma, you ought to watch this. It's a good movie. And she's like, what is it? And he goes, it's a movie about CBS and Edward R. Murrow, and she goes, I don't have to watch that. I lived it. That's my mom. She's an old person. I don't need to see any sort of historical interpretation of anything. I lived through it. I don't want to see it through the prism of somebody else's view. I know how I feel about it, and that's all I need to know. And then my mom went out and sat in her rocking chair and loaded her shotgun. Unbelievable. So I don't know why I got into that. Because I said that's what men do. So Pat is like tying the knots, and he goes, you know what's funny? He goes, my brother and my dad feel the same way. They'll always ask me, how do you know how to paint and primer and do all that stuff? Like that's not something we did. And he goes, you know what? It's just something I've always done. Because he used to get jobs as PAs in town here. When he first moved to town, you get a job as a production assistant. And that's the kind of job where they would say to you, hey, dude, you know what? We need you to paint, a doorway. And make sure you put 2 coats on it. And then you got to go ahead and hang this drywall. And he's just like, okay. He learned how to do all of this stuff on the job. Granted, he learned, how to do it in the shadow of Regis, you know what I mean, yelling or whatever the fuck he had, whoever he worked with. But that's how he learned stuff. So he's tying up the chair, and I'm like, okay, fine. He goes, okay, so you'll hold the rope, and then we'll lower it down, and it's not hard. I go, great. He goes, do you want any gloves? I go, fuck yeah, I want gloves. I'm not gonna burn the shit out of my hands. I don't know, this huge nylon rope. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. So he goes, okay. So he gets work gloves for me and for him. And so what we do is we lift the chair and we put it on the balcony. We put it on the fence surrounding the balcony, and we just put it on the edge. And then I'm holding the rope. And he goes, okay. He goes, well, help me lift it. We'll put it up on the top, and then you just hold the rope and we'll lower it down. I said, great, no problem. So I go all the way to the back, and I go, how much slack do you want in the rope? And he goes, well, just enough. Like make it taut, and then we'll give me a little slack, and then we'll just lower it down really slow. So I said, okay. So I wrap the rope around my right arm. And I've got the glove, and then I wrap it around my left arm, and I'm holding it. And he goes, do you have the rope? And I go, I got it. He goes, I need to make sure you got the rope. I go, dude, look, I can hold a fucking rope, okay? I understand that you know everything else. You've got you've got a rope, and you tied it up, and you got knots, and a fucking chair, and a pulley system, and you're Bob Vila. That's fine. That's you. You wrote the Time Life fucking books, and I get that. You know what book I wrote? How to Hold a Rope. I got it. And I wasn't that much of an asshole about it, quite frankly. I'm embellishing for storytelling purposes, but basically I said to him, "Yeah, I can hold the rope." So I'm holding the rope. I sounded like a dick in that story. So I'm holding the rope, and I'm holding it, and the chair's up on the balcony. And he goes, "Okay." He goes, "All right, I'm going to lower it just a little bit, and then I'll jump in, and we'll just." As I tell you to put slack in the rope, he goes, okay, great. So I brace myself, and it's like a tug of war where you're the last guy on the end, and I'm fucking anchored in. I'm dug in his house, and I got the rope wrapped around both fucking arms, and I'm like, all right, dude, I'm ready. He goes, you're ready? You're holding the rope? I go, dude, we covered this. I got the rope. So he goes, okay, I'm gonna slowly lower it, and then and you just go ahead and you move forward and you let the rope go. I said, great. So he goes and he tips the chair, and I start to lower the rope, and he tips the chair a little more, and I start to lower the rope, and he tips the chair, and the rope snaps in fucking half, and the chair falls off the fucking balcony 2 floors to the ground below. He tips the fucking chair, and I've got the rope. He's tipping. It's like, all right, you ready? You got it going? Snap. And I'm fucking cranked up. I got it wrapped around both arms. I'm holding it, and it just snap, and you just hear wham, and hits the fucking driveway. And I'm holding a just half a rope. I haven't even moved. I'm standing in the and literally the rope is at my feet like a limp dick. I'm just looking at him. He looks at me with his face, and I look at him, and both of us just fucking sprint down the stairs to see what happened to the fucking chair. Like, there's not even a word exchanged. Like, I make eye contact with him. He's looking at me. I got a limp dick rope hanging from my arms. Both of us with work gloves on that are useless. And we just fucking sprint down the stairs. Look at the Batman and Superman. Both very good work. We get downstairs, and the fucking chair's in the driveway. Unharmed. I will tell you, completely unharmed. Landed on all four. Landed right side up. Landed on all 4 of its feet. Probably squashed the fuck out of a grasshopper or 2, but who fucking cares? It's fine. But it fell 2 floors down and landed like a chair cat. It landed in the proper way. But when it snapped, just the feeling of just like I'm holding it and just snap. Just that weird look on both of our faces, like, you heard that huge wham, right? I mean, should I continue lowering the rope? I don't think that's going to work or anything because the fucking chair is at the bottom of a chasm. And he and I just look at each other like, oh, okay.
Oh, God.
You all right?
Oh, it hurts.
Unbelievable. You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can get me at MySpace.com/MikeSchmidtComedy. If you guys need help moving furniture, send me a note. I can't tie a rope around a chair, but I can certainly help you lower that chair from the second floor. I know the fastest way possible to get it from the second floor down to the driveway. Trust me, I learned that this week. I can tell you guys a few things. I went to the post office today. I have a post office box for you folks if you want to send me things. Some of you have sent me things and had those things returned to you. Well, I visited the post office twice in the interval of last week's episode, and I'll tell this. How into their jobs are the people who work at the post office? Oh, those are people who are dedicated to doing the very least that they possibly can. I'm surprised they find time to breathe. Because you know what? They're behind that bulletproof glass knowing you can't get at them, and so they're willing to do whatever the fuck they want. It's like they don't even care about you or anything that's going on. And I talked to this guy, I asked him about my P.O. box. He's like, hold on. And then he fucking turns around, slumped shoulders, shuffles to the back. Not a pep in his step or a zip in his hop, nothing. Just fucking slumped forward going, yeah, I'm probably going to die here someday. And just wanders to the fucking back. And by the way, the only thing worse, I think, than the people working there are the people waiting in line for 25 minutes to buy 2-cent fucking stamps. You know what? If you've got 42-cent stamps, use 2 42-cent stamps. Isn't your life worth more than 18 fucking cents? You wait in line for 25 minutes to buy 18 cents worth of 2-cent stamps to send 9 fucking letters? Get fucking bombed. Are you kidding me? Your life should be worth much more than that. But it doesn't stop these fucking people. There was a line out the motherfucking door both times I went with people buying tiny stamps to oh, God, don't you realize? Who gives a fuck? You spend more than that on You lose more than that in your fucking couch, all right? Search your fucking couch, and then you'll find that. I don't get it, man. Use two fucking 42-cent stamps. That's it. And pretend in your head that the letter will get there that much faster. Just go, I'm taking a great precaution. I'm sending it along. It's great. But man, I will tell you that they told me it's not solved yet. If you got something to send me, hold on to it. Because I have to call now. I've gone twice to talk to them, and they told me everything's fine. The list is fine. I paid for this motherfucking box, but I'm not getting any mail. And at least four people have had the stuff that they sent me sent back, return to sender. So I have to call. And the weirdest name ever. This chick named like Alatahai or something, who runs their PO boxes. I don't even know if it's a person. It might just be like an entity in a robe, literally like. Because again, he's like, you have to call Alatahai, who runs the boxes. Well, he didn't say he or she. He didn't say it. It could, quite frankly, it could just be like a mist. It's like there's a magic mist in the back of the post office that runs the fucking PO boxes, because I can't imagine it being a person with the name Alapatatai or whatever the fuck. It's like, hey, can I talk to iChart? What's wrong with my fucking PO box? Terrible. So please hold on to that. I went there and I tried to straighten it out, and it did not fucking happen. You guys can find me on MySpace, like I mentioned, and the show should be streaming on MySpace, and it should be streaming on my site now. I understand there's a problem there. I'm trying to get it fixed, I promise. I will tell you this about MySpace. Last week, this is ironic. Last week during the show, I talked about putting up naked pictures on MySpace, and I made a joke about it. I was like, oh, boy, you should see the drawings that I don't put up on MySpace. Ha ha, we all had a lot of fun and joked around. Well, then that night, when I went home, last week's picture was a steroid picture. And it was Mex created it for the program, and it's I had a giant arm and a steroid needle in my ass. So I uploaded that, wrote my blog. By the time I finished writing the MySpace blog, the picture was gone, and all of a sudden it was replaced with my headshot. And I'm like, well, that's weird. Didn't I do that? So I went to go fix it, and I went into my pictures, and that picture was gone from my MySpace. The picture of me with the steroid was gone, but also, weirdly enough, the picture of me as the little muchacho with the little, little Mexican guy was gone. The picture of me hanging from the balcony with the woman's silhouette was gone. And the picture of me, little Schmitty, taking the upskirt shot with his cell phone was gone. Those were all removed. And then I noticed that I had an email. In my mailbox at MySpace. I look at it, and it was from MySpace, the king of MySpace, the Mist. It was from the Mist who runs MySpace. It was from Tom. And it just said, you have uploaded a photo that violates our terms of service. We have removed this photo and any other offensive material involved with your site. If you have any problems or questions, you can go ahead and contact us, but we will tell you that terms of service, if you just continue to be violated, we will shut down your page, blah, blah, whatever the fuck. 9 paragraphs to tell me that they are tight asses. So I look at it, and it made me laugh because several reasons. One, they left up the picture of little Schmitty and the 3 women with him on the shirt grabbing their tits and them in panties. They left that one on the site. That one was fine. With the cartoon character hanging from the tits of the one girl and them in there flashing their panties. They left that photo up. That was okay. Little muchacho, I don't know why the fuck they even took that down, because he had bullets on. I couldn't figure why that was down, but MySpace just went ahead and yanked them all. That was the thing, terms of service. So that made me laugh. And then also, the thing that made me laugh, my producer, Lily Von Stupp, is one of my top friends. If you click through to her page, she's got 80 pictures of her with her tits hanging out and pasties on. Are you fucking kidding me? Go through my top friends and look at all of the fucking burlesque dancers who have become friends of mine, and then go to their sites and try to. It's so funny. Their pictures violate their terms of service. Like literally, one picture has one of their ankles in it, and the other picture has their other ankle in it. You can imagine what's in the center picture. That's what they have posted, but yet they're fine. It's okay for them. But they actually said in their terms of service note to me that they have 13 youngsters 13 years old and younger are on MySpace, and they don't want to offend them, so they had to take down my drawings. I'm just like, are you fucking insane? I mean, go look around. Literally, you could click around. There's a guy who's one of my friends, and it has people you'd want to meet. One of them, the number one name is a transsexual porn actress. That's his number one person he wants to meet. So guess what? I don't think my drawings are going to fucking influence anybody, but I didn't, you know what? I actually went, I don't need to fucking tilt at windmills with them. I don't need to fucking fight with them over it. So, you know what? I'm not going to fight MySpace. I'm going to join them. So from now on, folks, There will be a photo, there'll be a little schmitty that'll be with your episode, and then there will be a little schmitty. That same one will be up on my Facebook, and from now on my MySpace, I will try to stay as close as I can to their terms of service. Little Schmitty will do everything he can in his power to be non-offensive, and Little Schmitty will do everything he can to be a wholesome, upstanding young man. And so on MySpace, folks, that you will be able to see a different drawing every week on MySpace, indicating the good side of Little Schmitty, showing you why he didn't violate the terms of service and why he's just misunderstood. So there will be a picture that comes with the show, and that same picture will be on Facebook. But I will tell you that at MySpace, there will be a different little guy. There'll be the good little Schmitty. There will be the gallant to the other little Schmitty's goofus. Let's put it that way. MySpace will be gallant. Facebook will be goofus. But so by all means, see if I hope they dare pull them down. That would be fun. But I don't think they will because they are going to be very wholesome, and I think you'll enjoy them, folks. So make sure you check those out. I mentioned Facebook. You guys can be my friend on Facebook. And I got to talk about Facebook for a second, folks. I love that you want to be my friends, and that's really cool. And first of all, if you want to find me, you can search Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com, the email. And or you can search Lily Von Stupp and become her friend and then become my friend. So that's great. I have to tell you that when I go to Facebook, like I'll sign in the morning, and then I'll check whatever I got to check out of people because I get friend requests, and I'll go there and sign in, and I'll accept them and stuff. And then people will try to chat with me all day because I will be signed into Facebook even though I'm not on Facebook. Like I'm signed in and away. Like I'm not there. I'm not at the computer all day. I know it sounds like I do fuck all and sit at the computer all day, but I'm not. So people will try to chat with me. So then the next time I go to Facebook, there will be 15 chat bubbles of people going, Mike, what's going on? Mike, what's happening? Mike? Like, then it's like they're mad that I'm not chatting with them. I'm not a dick who doesn't chat. I mean, although, quite frankly, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to fucking chat with anybody. I mean, if you say hi, I'll say hi, and everything's great, and then I'll hug you awkwardly with your top hat on, and then I'll move on. But I'm just not an internet chat guy. I'm just not that guy. So if you try to chat with me and I say hello to you, then that's cool. But if you try to chat with me and I don't, just please know I'm not ignoring you. I'm not there. I'm not. And another thing about Facebook, I'll say this: people have told me that I should have a fan page rather than a personal page. I don't know the difference. I mean, I guess I do because those West Side 86 Jokers, those guys are really cool. The Hookers, they had like I guess it was a Mike Schmidt fan club, and I think they may have 11 people involved. Which is really cool that they're doing that. And actually, I think they just put up a picture of me in basketball. I don't know if they did or somebody did, but I just got a tagged photo sent to me that it was a picture of me from basketball shooting. Because folks, I'll talk about that sometime when I did basketball. But so anyway, they run the West Side 86 Who Cares. But then I will tell you that I have my personal page, and every day I get people sending me invitations to a Ren Fair or to a book release, and a book release in like Cincinnati or a Ren Fair in Cleveland. And I guess that's just something they send to everybody on their friend list. And I always, here's the thing that bothers me. It doesn't say, here's the thing. All right, those things are easy to get out of because it's like, people know I don't live in those places and so I can't go. But I also get this. People will send me a drink. Hey, someone sent you a drink on MySpace. Hey, someone sent you a cigar on MySpace. Hey, someone sent you a toy. Hey, someone invited you to be in their mafia clan. Hey, someone invited you. And I get 10 of these a day. Okay? And they're lovely. Thank you. But I'm on Facebook just to kind of be on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook to do stuff on Facebook. I didn't realize it was going to be that. And here's my problem with it. When people send you a toy, it says accept and it says ignore. And I hate clicking ignore because I figure that those people then get a note that say, Mike Schmidt ignored you. I didn't ignore you. I just don't have interest in collecting cigars, drinks, toys, and mafia stuff. I got enough weird nonsense going on, keeping up with, getting banned for terms of service violations. The last thing I knew is accept a Tommy gun from George in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? It's like, I know you're. It's great, and that's wonderful. I'm not that guy. So if I click ignore, I'm going to click ignore from now on, and I don't want you to think I'm clicking ignore because I don't like you or I'm ignoring you. I'm clicking ignore because that's not me. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy who said he would never be on Facebook, and then realized, hey, you should go on Facebook since MySpace is fucking dead. And you need to keep people abreast of what you're doing. People need to know what's happening, and you need a place to post these drawings. That's what you need to do. So I need to go on Facebook to do it. I'm the guy who said he would never Twitter, and believe me, that's coming. As soon as I have one modicum of what you Twitter?
I Twitter
Yeah,
now.
Lily Twitters, and it's like we both used to laugh about it. It's like and the thing is, I don't not Twitter because I think it's stupid. I think Twitter is fucking great if you have stuff to Twitter about. Like if I was like Jim Norton was out doing stuff. I mean if you're out doing things. Did I talk about this on another episode?
A little.
Yeah, I think I might have. Sorry, but whatever. So the point is, once I get a life and start doing things, then I'll Twitter. But until then, nobody wants to hear that I had a fucking apple. All right, so. Remember that you guys can get me, like I said, Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com, MySpace.com/MikeSchmidtComedy. Remember that Skull Pie t-shirts and year one download sets are on sale at MikeSchmidtComedy.com/store.asp. And there are episodes that have been fixed and will be uploaded very soon. I have no control over that, folks. And unfortunately, the person who does that sort of stuff for me has been very busy. So once they can do it, they will be able to do it, and that would be great. I'm sure they'll get right to it as soon as they read the passive-aggressive email I sent them 3 days ago that I have not heard from them since I sent it. All right. So there's a good chance they might not do it, folks. It just be, it's like that. Hey, one of these men might save your life someday. Then again, maybe one of us won't. Right out of stripes, friends. So yeah, that's that. So please write me and also subscribe to the show. Obviously, also if you go to iTunes, write a review on iTunes. That'd be great. We'd appreciate it. And a lot of people have been very cool about rating the show well and writing nice reviews. And anybody who wants to do that, it is welcomed because then maybe the iTunes people will say, hey, let's give him free money. I don't know if that's how it works. If I get good reviews, they just give me cash. That'd be great. How great would that be? Hey, we like your podcast. Here's some money. Oh, dude, that would be so great. I just read a story about some anonymous donor is giving colleges throughout the South like millions of dollars. Like she,
Wow.
and I'm like, man, how do I not find an anonymous donor to give me some goddamn cash? That'd be awesome. I mean, because they're giving like $45 million to colleges. That's how do you? I don't know how you stay anonymous because they have an agreement with the college that they want to be anonymous, whatever. But 45 million. I mean, someone notices that, right? Don't you know? Doesn't your bank go, hey, what the fuck? Where'd that go? I don't need $45 million. I don't. I'll take 4,500. I'll take that from an anonymous donor. Fuck, I'd take $45. Who the fuck am I kidding? I don't care. I would pay half my Sprint bill for the month. Send me $45. I don't know. People are freaking out, man. It's like with the economy, because California said that we had the vote yesterday, and they needed us to vote for these resolutions and these propositions to try to make sure that the governor didn't have to make. Basically, he didn't want to make any tough decisions. He's like, hey, guys, if you vote for this, then it'll be cool, and we'll all save money, and I won't have to fire anybody. Well, guess what? Fuck you. Everybody went, I don't think so. So now he's having an emergency meeting to find out how many teachers are going to get fired. I think that's hilarious, by the way, that no matter what, the teachers are the ones who get fucked right in the ear. No matter what happens. And it's because you always hear people are always like, baseball players make so much money, and it's teachers and firemen who need that cash. Yeah, but maybe a teacher should have learned how to throw a curveball. That's all I got to say to you. I mean, that's great that you want to educate people and all that, but haven't you realized up to this point that teachers are the ones who consistently get fucked in the ass by the government on a regular basis? To quote my friend Mr. Pink. And as for these two words you got, I got as for this non-college bullshit you're giving me, I got two words for you. Learn to fucking type. God damn it, Mr. Pink is the best. All right. But people are panicking, man. It was like Oprah, dude. Karen went out of town, right? And then she came back to town and she's watching her old Oprahs. And Oprah was giving away coupons for KFC grilled chicken on her website. And then people went to get the coupons and they went to use them. And KFC was like, nah, I don't think so. You can't use those. What? So if you went to KFC and you had a coupon, first of all, you're embarrassed enough. Okay? Second of all, if they tell you you can't use the coupon, you don't argue because there's nothing worse than arguing with somebody over 40 cents worth of fucking food. I mean, it's just like the most embarrassing. You know, you don't want to use a coupon anyway, but you're like, you know what? I'll do it. It seems like a deal. And Oprah said, come on, Oprah said. If Oprah said, then you should be able to use it. Whatever Oprah says goes. That should be anywhere. You could go to a fucking car dealership or a car wash or anywhere that has a car, or go to a fucking Target or a mall and go, Oprah said I could do this, and they should just let you do it. It's Oprah. So they go to KFC and they won't let them use the thing, and people have coupons. And what happens? Do people just silently tuck their tails between their legs and go to Popeyes? No, people freak out at KFC, and there's like disturbances in several cities over not being able to use these coupons. And I'm like, dude, everything is fucking going to hell. Honestly, I don't know. This society, the fabric of society is hanging on by the tiniest fucking thread because people are rioting over coleslaw and chicken. What is this, Children of Men? What the fuck is wrong with people? Is Clive Owen gonna have to get the pregnant girl to the fucking coast? I don't get it, man. Calm the fuck down. It's chicken and coleslaw. Go 2 steps down and get chicken and coleslaw at a different fucking restaurant. Jesus Christ, you're not gonna save $2? I'm a dick, folks. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a decent guy because I am a jerk, and I'm not a jerk. Man, I'm an awful guy. I'm not an awful guy. I am not a good guy, but I don't think I'm a bad person overall. So, and go ahead and by all means judge that. I'm kind of a jagoff. I got no future. What am I talking about? But I am a jagoff, and I'm not a jerk. I'm a nice guy. It's just I guess I have jerky tendencies. I've done so much ridiculous stuff, and then I wonder afterwards, I'm like, man, how come I don't hang out with anybody? Here's why, because you're a dick. You're finished. 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 You're finished.